Welcome, everybody. We are getting right into the hot seat straight away as the first pitch of the ball game was delivered to Shogo Akiyama, and it was taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. The next pitch is a breaking ball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul into the sea of red that is seated down the left field line. And now the count is 0-2. We welcome everybody to the Last Raps Baseball stream tonight as we are going to be bringing you the Carp and the Hawks. This one has just gotten underway, and we'll have to catch everybody up on the lineups and the defensive alignments in just a couple of moments. It is the right-hander Ryosuke Otsu on the mound for the Hawks as he delivers a changeup that is swung on, is hit softly to the right side, fielded neatly by the second baseman Hirose, who throws to first, and that is going to retire Akiyama on a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. And it is one away here in the top of the first. Then I'll bring up the right fielder, Takeyoshi Noma. Tonight's ball game, it is, and our friend Zay in the house and Hobby Hound as well. It is Akiyama leading off in center, batting second. It's Noma in right. The second baseman, Kikuchi, hits third. And the cleanup spot, it is Kazono at third. Batting fifth is Sekene. He's in left. Hitting sixth is the DH Ugusa. Batting seventh is the first baseman Hayashi. Hitting eighth is the shortstop Yano. And the catcher Ishihara bats ninth as that first pitch delivered to Noma is swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1 to Noma. Noma batting .282 on the season with a homer and 13 runs driven in. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Otsu. He delivers a fastball at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. It's interleague play. It is the 5th game of the interleague series, 18 of them for each team on the docket. So this game is almost at the 1/3 mark. As the fastball is swung on, it's lifted foul into the seats on the third base side. The count remains at 0-2. Defensively tonight for the Hawks, a little different lineup in left field. It's Kondo's in left, Sato is in center, and the right fielder is Yanagamachi. Around the horn from first to third, Nakamura at first. The second baseman is Hirose, shortstop Imamiya, and the third baseman is Kurihara with the battery of Otsu and Umino. So a lot of regulars out of the lineup tonight for the Hawks. That last pitch was outside. It's now 1-2. Fastball again misses, and the count goes to 2-2 on Noma. Last night in this series between these two ball clubs, we were a spot on the money. It was a Hawk victory. As a breaking ball swung on, it is popped up over into foul territory on the third base side. Racing over is the catcher, Umino, and he's going to be there to make the catch. It's going to retire Noma for the second out of the inning, so 2 up and 2 away, and that'll leave it up to the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi. And you often see this even in Major League Baseball, the day after a night game, when it's a day game, that a lot of the regulars don't get the start. So we have a bit of a B-grade lineup here for both teams in this one here today. So this brings Ryosuke Kikuchi to the plate. He is hitting .229 on the year, 3 homers and 13 RBIs. Batting from the right side here, he takes the first offering upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. 34-year-old gets the start tonight at second base as he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is now even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Otsu again delivers. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Last night, there were 4 one-run ball games in the NPB. As the right-hander delivers again, breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be belted foul down the left field line. It hooks into the seats just above the temporary seating, and the count remains at 1-2 to Kikuchi. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called third strike. Kikuchi stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1, and that's going to do it here in the top of the first for the Carp. They go quietly, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a 1/2 inning. It is the Carp nothing and the Hawks nothing. Our friend Mick is in the house tonight as well. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. The starting lineup for the Hawks tonight, it is going to be Naoki Sato leading off. He's in center field. Hitting second is Kenta Imamiya at short. The third baseman is Ryoma Kurihara. He hits third. Hotaka Yamakawa is the DH. He hits in the cleanup spot, and Kensuke Kondo bats fifth. He's in left. The first baseman, Akira Nakamura, hits sixth. Batting seven, it is Ryota Hirose. He bats in the seventh spot. Hitting eighth is Takashi Umino, and batting ninth is Tatsuya Yanagamachi. That is your starting up tonight for the Fukuoka Ball Club, and they're going to be facing the left-hander Shogo Tamamura, who takes to the hill with no record this year. He's pitched in 3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He's got an ERA of 15. So it is going to be Sato to come up to lead it off. He is one of the training players, as he is wearing number 30 in tonight's ball game, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball. The count is 1-0. So Sato getting the start in center, as there's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. Sometimes when you get a chance to see the lineups, we make our predictions earlier in the afternoon. And now that we see the lineup, our eyeballs popped out of our head. There's a fastball missing upstairs. It's now 2-1. Some ways I wish we had a bit of a do-over, because it is something that we would definitely maybe reconsider our picks. Fastball swung on, line right to the glove of the shortstop, Yano, who leaps up and makes the grab. Sato hit the ball right on the screws, but right to the glove of the shortstop, Sato, and he's gone for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away. It'll bring up the veteran shortstop in Kenta Imamiya. Well, for Imamiya tonight, he enters the ballgame batting .237. He's got a couple of homers and 10 RBIs. Imamiya, the all-time Pacific League leader in sacrifice bunts. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Our friend Alex in the house tonight, finally. He says he is rooting for, or asking who we're rooting for in this one. Fastball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 0-2 on Imamiya. I get the pick. I'm picking the team that is wearing the uniforms I can read. That is the one problem with the Hiroshima uniforms, the red on red. Hard to see the numbers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. Even when you're live in person watching them, it is hard to see and painful to see. So no balls and 2 strikes to Imamiya. Left-hander works himself in a set position as he delivers. It's a fastball that comes inside and sends Imamiya to the ground. He almost got hit there. I think the back kneecap was the one that pitch was destined for. Look at that one again. Boy, it did not miss by much. 1-2 to Imamiya as the left-hander ready to go again. He kicks and he delivers a fastball that swung on and lifted foul. It's going to remain at 1-2. So 1-2. We will be back on the airwaves tomorrow. We haven't decided yet who we're going to give the call of. And some of that has to do with the pitching matchups. We'll look. I know they're going to be posting them up shortly. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit as Akiyama tracks it down. A one-out single here by Imamiya. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoma Kurihara. Looks like there's one late game tonight. I thought all the games were going to go off at 2 p.m. Japan time, but there is going to be a game in Tohoku between the Swallows and the Eagles that won't go off until 6 o'clock local time. All the other games are underway, and all the other games are locked up at 0. Left-hander ready to go again. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count quickly 0-1 here to Kurihara. Kurihara batting .280 on the season, 3 homers and 27 runs batted in. If I had to give some early indication about which game we would call tomorrow night from a pitching standpoint, we would probably lean toward the Marines and the Tigers. But rain is in the forecast, so we're probably going to look to do a dome game. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lifted into center field. It's going to get down in front of Akiyama. Kind of hesitated a bit, and that froze the runner Imamiya, as it looked like he was going to make the catch. But that's going to bring up Hotaka Yamakawa with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. So if I'm looking for pitching matchups, I would have to say maybe under consideration would be the Lions and the Giants, although the Lions were having a hard time this year getting excited about to have to go and watch them. So right now, our probably early lean would be toward the Marines and the Tigers tomorrow night. I'll make a decision on that a little later as they are calling for rain in the forecast. Fastball delivered to Yamakawa, taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Yamakawa hitting .251 on the year. He's got 12 homers to go with 45 runs driven in. Seems like in some ways he's been stuck on 12 homers for a little bit. Left-hander checks the runner at second. And now he's ready to go. Fastball swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2. With that swing, it looked like he wanted to put the Hawks up 3-0. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. Runner at second, Imamiya. Runner at first, Kurihara. 1 gone here in the first. Here comes the pitch. As the lefty delivers a fastball that misses way upstairs. The count now is 1-2. Our friend Mick says he's got SoftBank 1.5. He's got Oryx minus 1.5, and he's got the Swallows on money line. I think the Swallows on money line is probably a good pick. After I saw the SoftBank lineup, I think I might want to do over on that one, Mick. Here comes the offering from the lefty as the pitcher's delivered it as a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul behind home plate, and the count remains at 1-2. Our friend the Caveman back in the house tonight from Vancouver Island. Appreciate you for dropping in with us again. So 1-2 strikes here to Yamakawa. The lefty leans in, he gets the sign. He's ready to go back to work. He comes to the set, now delivers. Fastball down. A good stop there by the catcher, Ishihara. Keeps that one in front, and the count goes now to 2-2. So 2-2 strikes. As we said, after this game tonight, we'll probably give the update on which one we are going to do tomorrow. As I say, we're going to right now lean towards that Marines game. Pitching matchup for this one tomorrow night is going to be Wada and Adua, although I wouldn't mind seeing Adua. He's had a good start to the year. Here's the 2-2. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Yamakawa didn't go. Runs the count now to 3-2. A lot of noticeable regular Hawks lineup tonight. Yukio Shudo did not get the start. Takuya Kai, Yuki Yanagita, all getting a day off. No Masaki Momori. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Not deep enough. Moving over underneath it is Sakeni. He's there to make the catch. And retreating back to second is the runner Imamiya, and going to retire Yamakawa for the second out of the inning, as he's gone for out number 2, and that'll bring up the left fielder Kensuke Kondo. Friend Alex says, what are your thoughts been on the season so far? My thoughts is that I'm going to be going back to Japan at the end of August, so we're looking forward to another tour in the land of the rising sun. And again, we'll get to some things firsthand, but I'm a little bit more prepared for when I go across this time. I've got some things I want to do, and maybe even do some things, well, certainly things a little differently. I've got some footage from last year that I never really did a lot with. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, moving back at the edge of the warning track, but he's there to make the catch. Is Akiyama, and that is going to do it here for out number 3. But the Hawks threaten, but they don't score. No runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. Your score, as we are now through 1 complete, it is the Hawks nothing and the Carp nothing. Hang tight, everybody. I'll be back in just a couple moments. I got to go get myself a drink of water. We'll be back with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the second inning. It's going to be Kaito Kazono, Shota Sakene, and Koki Ugusa coming to bat. I apologize if we're butchering any of the Carp name tonight, because it is really our first look at the Carp since the exhibition season. And so hopefully we are on a song with some of the names. Kazono stepping to bat. He's hitting .306 on the year. He's got a homer and 23 runs batted in. The 23-year-old third baseman is hitting from the left side against the right-hander Otsu, who kicks and delivers. First pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Friend Big Ray in the house tonight as well. We appreciate you, Big Ray. Welcome to interleague play. It is the 1st of June. In the NPB, there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Kazono is 3rd in the Central League in hitting. Takes a fastball down. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's waggling the bat here, waiting from the offering from the right-hander. As Otsu kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on it is grounded foul past the bag at third base, and the count is going to remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we were mentioning earlier, we're going to be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. Just the question is what we're going to call. Big Ray says the voice is sounding a little bit soothed. Yeah, we went and got ourselves some guava juice. So we are going to be finishing our guava off. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. It's always a problem on a Friday evening when I'm out on a ball field and using my voice very loud and then having to come and call a game. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This one's tap foul on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. Working with the young kids who have a lot of energy. Do a program with a bunch of 8-year-olds on a Friday evening who are happy to be there for the most part. It's been lots of fun with that particular gang. So 1-2 strikes as the right-hander delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Coming over and making the catch is Kondo, and Kazono is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and it'll bring up the left fielder in Shota Sekene. So our friend Alex says, catch him up a little bit here, what we thought of the season so far. Well, certainly some surprises and some disappointments. I think the Buffaloes have to be the early season disappointment. First pitch from Atsu delivered is swung on and fouled away to Sekene. Couldn't be more disappointed. I mean, obviously the loss of Yamamoto to Major League Baseball, huge loss. But with that being said, as that fastball misses inside, count is now 1-1. They have others that would, I would say, make up for it, but certainly are part of their group. 1-1 strike to Sekene. Fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted into foul territory behind home plate, giving chase is Amino, but he's not going to be able to bring it in. That's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1-2 strikes to Sekene. Other surprises certainly early on was the play of the Chinichi Dragons. The Dragons were way better than advertised in the early going. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be belted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. It's going to be off the wall. Kondo fields it with the bare hand. He fires it in, and sliding into second safely is Sekene with a 1-out double. And he is got himself in scoring position here with 1 out. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Koki Ugusa. And for Ugusa, he's hitting 260 on the year with 3 homers and 7 RBIs. Gets the start at the designated hitter position. Only 9 times a year do the Central League teams get to play with the DH. I would have to think that the Pacific League has to have the advantage, at least offensively. They always carry that extra impact bat in the lineup. So Gusa batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Atsu. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down. It's ball 1, 1-0. Our friend Big Ray says he's got a feeling this is going to be a great game. Well, it's great to have you with us, Big Ray. We haven't seen you around since the exhibition season. Hope you're doing well. Right-hander Atsu kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1. We are going to be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, as we said. And then next week, it'll be a bit of a challenge. We're going to be heading out of town for a few days. So I may try to get the games. And then, of course, on the weekend, when we normally do our 10 o'clock stuff on the coast, it's going to be a little different time zone. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 1-2. Might still do it, even though I'm on the Eastern time zone. Try to get a few games in. Definitely going to try to get over to the Motor City. Milwaukee's in town, and we'll try to go see the Brew Crew against the Tigers. Originally, we were supposed to be in San Francisco next weekend and Oakland, but that didn't come to fruition. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Ugusa is gone in the books. He's out for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Kota Hayashi. And for Hayashi, he enters the ball game tonight hitting .292. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. Atsu looking to get himself out of the jam here as he's got the runner at second, Sekene. Checks the runner at 2. Here comes the offering. Pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. No, but it's around that way, Big Ray. So unfortunately, that's the purpose of the mid-June. It's not really a holiday per se. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. The count is now 0-2. Just some blips in the radar, that's for sure. So no balls and 2 strikes. As Hayashi here, trying to cash in the first run of the game for the Carp. The right-hander leans in, he gets the sign, and now he works himself to the belt. Atsu checks the runner at second. Here's the 0-2. Pitch on the way. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that's going to end the inning here for the Carp in inning number 2. No runs in the inning. They do get their first hit of the ball game. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the second. Your score is the Carp nothing and the Hawks nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in just a few. Appreciate you for jumping in with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat here for the Hawks in the bottom half of the second inning. That means Akira Nakamura, Ryuta Hirose, and Takashi Umino will be coming to bat here. And it is, as we look at the in-between inning clock, they have usually 2 minutes that they post up to have in between. I often think it's a lot quicker than that. There's the Hawks and the Carp pretty quick on the in-between here. Nakamura, Hirose, and Umino to face the left-hander Takamura, who delivers the first offering to Nakamura. And here comes the second pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. That's the first one there. It looked like it is 2-0 count here. If you blink, you miss it. And that's where it is. 2 balls and no strikes to Nakamura. Lefty again delivers. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. It is Nakamura batting .194 on the year. No homers and 7 RBIs. He got some starts at second base early in the year. Fastball misses in. It's now 3-1. He got off to an absolute abysmal start. He's 13 for 67 on the year. One stretch, I think he was 6 for 49, if I remember correctly. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball misses inside. That's going to be ball 4. It's going to be a leadoff walk here for Nakamura, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Hirose. Wonder how they're going to play it out here, the Hawks. Rose, I wonder if we're going to see him in the sacrifice bunt department. He's yet to get a hit this year. He is 0 for 10 at the plate. He'll bat from the right side here. Our friend Lance Jenkinson in the house here said went to his first Japanese baseball game a few weeks ago. Incredible experience. Saw the Carp in Hiroshima, the Swallows in Tokyo. Must-do trip for any baseball fan. Well, stick around, Lance. We'll give you something in between innings. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I got to 9 games last year at the NPB level. Saw also a farm game. And so this year, we're going to try to do something similar. So it'll be 11 nights in Tokyo this time. I'm not going to bounce much around as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 0-2. And to Lance's point, it's a great experience. I mean, I got a chance to see last year the Lions, the Giants, Yokohama at home, as well as the Carp, the Buffaloes in Kobe. And then I saw games at the Kyocera Dome between the Carp and the Giants when they did the neutral site games. Fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Hirose stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 1. So 1 in the books, and that's going to bring up Takashi Amino. So that's going to bring Amino to the plate. He's batting 167 on the season with a homer and 4 runs driven in. A little surprised that Hirose wasn't even given a thought of a bunt here in the second inning. It was pretty much an uncompetitive at bat. 3 pitches from the lefty, and that buried him pretty quick. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. And I guess the question I would ask Lance, if he's still with us, is if he got himself to the NPB Hall of Fame at the Tokyo Dome. That's a great experience as well. And when you think about it from an American dollar standpoint, it's like $4 entry fee to get in. As they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Nakamura. And certainly with the way that the dollar is today, US dollar, Canadian dollar, anything compared to the Japanese yen, your money takes you for a long ride. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even to 1-1. 11-night hotel stay in Tokyo with breakfast. It's about 750 Canadian dollars, or for American friends, it would be about 560 US dollars. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 1-2 to Amino. And the equivalent, that type of hotel that you're staying at, it's not the Ritz-Carlton by any stretch of the means, but I would say for our North American friends, it would be like a Best Western Premier Plus type style hotel for that type of value money. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the first base line. The count remains at 1-2. Lance says, didn't get to the Tokyo Dome, planning to go there the next time. So I'm going to give you some advice there, Lance, with regards to the Tokyo Dome as this game progresses here. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Amino. I got the 3 different games and sat in 3 different spots, and then I'll share you my thoughts on that. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed, and Amino goes into the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Tetsuya Yanagamachi. I'm starting to say the 3 different games that I went to see, I sat 20 rows behind the Swallows dugout. They were playing the Giants on the first night. Second night, I saw the Swallows and the Giants, and I sat in the upper deck in between home and first on the first baseline. And then the other game I sat was underneath left field in the bleachers. And that was against the Hanshin Tigers on a Friday night. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now quickly 0-1 to Yanagamachi. So my advice on tickets is I would probably, if I was in your shoes, go with the first route because you pretty much have the run of the stadium. If you're sitting in the lower deck, if you're in the upper deck, you're kind of confined a little bit. And if you're in the bleachers, you don't get much options for food, limited. that type of stuff. Not that the sight lines were bad. It was kind of neat just to move around. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-1. Sitting in the outfield at the Tokyo Dome, you miss out on the huge scoreboard. The scoreboard is pretty impressive. You don't get a chance to see that. It's in your rear view or you're underneath it. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the lefty delivers a fastball that misses way upstairs, the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. But if you get an opportunity, certainly sitting in the lower deck is good. Also, another opportunity is upper deck's okay as well. Here comes the 2-1 breaking ball, waved that and missed. It's now 2-2. When I was in Yokohama, I sat down the right field line. But when I go to Yokohama this year, I want to sit in that wing in upper and left field, as long as they don't have any thunderstorms and as long as I don't have any metal pieces that would attract lightning. I think that would be pretty cool. Whatever that wing is called in up in left field, I think that would be really neat. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, tapped slowly foul down the first base line. And that is going to keep the count at 2-2 to Yanagamachi. Runner at first is Nakamura, 2 gone here in the second. He got himself a leadoff walk, but the Hawks have not been able to do anything with it as of yet. Lance says he loves the ability to buy tickets at the 7-Eleven. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-2. That's one thing that I didn't do was buy tickets at the 7-Eleven. I just pretty much went game day. Most ticket offices open 3 hours before the game. So at Saitama, you can go see the Lions. You could get your ticket 3 hours prior to the game and hang around a little bit, go check out their facility. They got a pretty cool indoor training center. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lifted down the left field line, giving chase, but watching it slice into the seats as the left fielder Sekene. The count remains at 2-2 to Yanagamachi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So on the docket for me is the Jinju Stadium, which I didn't get to the last time, and they are hosting, it's going to be the Giants and the Swallows. And then the other place that I'm also looking to go is to Chiba. I want to see the Marines play. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. It's going to slice into the seats. Keeps the count at 2-2. And now we've got the battle going on here as this is the 8th pitch already of the at-bat. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yanagamachi. Sada waiting his turn on deck. Left-hander Tamamura kicks and delivers. There's a fastball, waved that and missed. He strikes out the side here in inning number 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, but there was a runner left aboard on the leadoff walk by Nakamura. That is going to bring us to the top of the 3rd inning. Your score is the Carp 0 and the Hawks 0. Here's a little bit of stuff for your enjoyment, as we'll be back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the third inning. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat for the Carp. That means Masaya Yano, Tomoki Ishihara, and the top of the order in Shogo Akiyama to face the right-hander Ryosuke Atsu, who is on for inning number 3. 32 pitches for the right-hander through the first 2 innings. He delivers a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Yano. Yano batting .248, no homers and 6 runs driven in. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 0-2 on Yano. Talking a little bit about getting to games and to different places. Certainly in the Tokyo area, there's 5 teams. The Swallows, the Giants that are based in Tokyo. The 0-2 pitch is a fastball that misses way outside. The count goes to 1-2. And then you're looking at the Saitama Cebu Lions. And then, of course, you've got the Chibalote Marines and the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. So that fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the third base side. Count is still 1-2 to Yano. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ishihara waiting his turn on deck. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, and another one that's slap foul down the third base side. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The other teams across the Pacific League, a couple of teams based in Osaka, being the Buffaloes and the Tigers, as that breaking ball misses down, and the count now is 2-2 to Yano. I would like to try to get to Nagoya to see the Chinichi Dragons. I don't know if that's actually going to work or not. That might be a little bit of a stretch for me this time. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Count remains at 2-2. Hiroshima Carp, of course, are another team that we got a chance to see last year in Hiroshima. And then the Fukuoka Ball Club and the clubs in the Northeast, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Kaido Nippon Ham Fighters, haven't been to yet. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains 2-2 to Yano. It's going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat here to the Hiroshima shortstop. Our friend Brother Nick in the house tonight. He says, I feel Carp going to win this. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the battle continues. Well, Brother Nick, with the lineup that the Hawks have rolled out here tonight, you may not be wrong. It's not exactly the potent lineup I would expect. Here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lined into the seats. Lots of red shirts at this game here in Fukuoka. This is going to be the 11th pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Yano. He has been a thorn in the side of Atsu here. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander works himself to the belt again. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to short. Imamila fields it. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Yano. Ground out 6-3, but that's 11 bullets they took out of the gun of Atsu. Yano gone for the first out of the inning, and it's going to bring up the catcher, Ishihara. So Tomoki Ishihara getting the start tonight. He's hitting .368, a couple of homers and 3 RBIs in his limited action. No Shogo Sakakura in this one. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1, nor a Tsubasa Aizawa, who we would have expected. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted high down the left field line. Giving chase into the corner is Kondo, but it's going to hook foul. Probably about 12 seats to the left of the foul pole. That's going to run the count now to 0-2. We'll get another look at that pitch. He got the barrel head out in front. Just hook barreled that thing just a little bit too much. Almost hit the beer girl, God forbid. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Atsu kicks and delivers. Fastball that just misses outside. Count now goes to 1-2 on Ishihara. And that's the other thing, too. Our friend Lance Jenkinson in the house tonight was talking about stuff. The beer girls, how they are just running up and down the aisles. Split finger pitch swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Ishihara for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. It'll bring up the top of the order in Shogo Akiyama. The beer girls are the hardest workers. If I gave advice, if you're going to Saitama to see the Lions, I sat the upper part. It's basically a bowl. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Where Lions play, it's an open-air dome. Very humid, very soupy, very hot. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to the right side. Fielded neatly by Hirose. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Akiyama on a ground out 4-3. He's out for out number 3, and that'll do it here in the third for the Carp. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board as they go in order. We're now moving to the bottom half of the third inning. Your score is the Hawks nothing and the Carp nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments, and I'll carry on my thoughts about what to see and where to go in the NPB. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the third, just around the corner. Here's our buddy, Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name. And I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order in Sato, Imamiya, and Kurihara. As we are going to continue to chat with the chat, our friend Lance says the food and drink at Swallows games is never ending. Something for everyone. That's the one thing that the Tokyo Dome, very interesting that I found, is that the food, I've never been to stadiums where they sell out of food like they do in Japan. First pitch fastball, swung on, grounded over to the shortstop, fielded by Yano, and he throws it over the head of the first baseman into the stands. I think that reached into the seats and bounced back out. It's definitely going to be an error on the shortstop. Question is did it go or reach the seats? And it looks like it did. So error is going to put the leadoff batter Sato over to second. It's going to bring up the shortstop Kena Imamiya. Our friend Lance, just to finish off what he was saying there, never ending. But the one thing that you have to keep in mind is the food is fresh. In Japan, fresh foods, they don't really freeze stuff. And so everything is made fresh daily. You get your stuff, and there's not a waste. They eat their stuff on freshness. They don't freeze. They don't can. Oh, they do, but at the games, everything is made quick, like the noodles, you name it, and they sell out. So in other words, if you don't get your food, or if you're going for noodles or you're going for something, by the fifth inning, it might all be gone because they just don't have the storage space that they're keeping it in capacity, making it fresh, delivering it to you right there. So here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted into right field, slicing toward the foul line. It's going to get down. It's going to be fair. Fielding it is the right fielder, and that's Noma, and coming around third and scoring the first run of the ball game is Sato. And Imamiya's got himself an RBI, and the Hawks have opened up the scoreline with a 1-0 lead here. I'm going to come back to the food thing with Lance in a couple of moments. Our friend Brother Nick says that the Carp have a 50-50 chance of winning this, or less than that. I would say less than that now, especially with the run here. So a base hit here by Imami. I don't know if he was able to squeeze that into 2, and he wasn't. That was just a long single for him, a single and an RBI. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoma Kurihara. And the first pitch to Kurihara is a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball. Counts 1-0. Kurihara 1 for 1 tonight at a single his first time up. He was stranded at first back in the first inning. Our friend Big Ray says, always a pleasure to see Steve Rademacher in the commercials. We're always pleased to have him with us there, too. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 1-1 to Kurihara. Our friend Big Ray wants to know what's the popular beer at the games. Well, it really depends on where you're at and who is the supporter of the teams. I have to admit, Big Ray, I did not have a single beer at any of the baseball games. I'm not a big beer drinker at games. I want to watch the game. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. But I wanted to talk a little bit about in Saitama. When I was there in the bowl, and my advice is get your tickets up near the top because at least there is airflow. You get down at the bottom and you're just sitting there in a pool of sweat. Fastball swung on, lifting a deep center field. Moving back on the warning track and making the grab over the shoulder is Akiyama. He's going to fire it in. Retreating back to first is Imamiya, but that's going to retire Kurihara for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Hataka Yamakawa. And just a couple more things. So with regards to the beer that's being served, it really depends. Like I will say, when I was in Saitama, I had these, I almost want to call them like vodka cooler spritzers. I don't know what they were, but they were cold. They were the first thing I could grab, and I definitely needed it because, oh man, it was hot. Fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, but this ball is going to be hooked into the Carps fans seated down the left field line. Count is quickly 0-1. Yamakawa absolutely turned on that one. Our friend Brother Nick says this is definitely not professional baseball. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, Brother Nick, if you're watching the Colorado Rockies, Oakland A's, amongst other teams, breaking ball misses down and the count is 1-1. They would fit right in here with this one. It's just a different caliber. 1 ball and 1 strike to Yamakawa. Friend Big Ray says beer and sweat, not a great combo, especially with the ladies. That's absolutely for sure. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the pitch is a fastball that misses down, it's now 2-1 to Yamakawa. Big Ray says his most recent experience was at this year's Indy 500. A heck of a race, and it was so worth it. Yeah, getting to the Brickyard, if you've never been, it's a absolute monster. Watching it on TV does not do it justice. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line. If this ball stays fair, it's trouble. No, Yamakawa has hooked it down into the tunnel about 15 seats to the left of the foul ball. So 2 ball to Yamakawa. My friend Lance says at the Swallow game, the girls came around with about 6 different types of beer. Also had these drinks called lemon sours, which is some Japanese spirit. That might have been what I had at, I want to say it was like might have been a lemon sour. I'm not sure. There's a fastball that misses down. There goes the runner to second base. The throw down to second is not in time. It gets into center field, and getting up and going to third is Imamiya. So he's going to get himself a stolen base, and he's going to advance on the error by the catcher. The Yamakawa did check his swing. They appealed down to the first base umpire, but we didn't get a chance to see if he did go around or not. By our vantage point, I think he did. Home plate umpire was looking for help. We haven't seen if he's been retired yet, but yes, he has. He is down on strikes. He's gone for the second out. And that is going to leave it up to the left fielder, Kondo. So Kondo batting, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He's flown to center field his only trip to the plate. Waiting here on the offering from the left-hander Tamamura. First pitch fastball swung on, lined into left field for a base hit. He's going to get an RBI. That's going to bring home Imamiya, so that error plays itself large. I don't think he would have scored if he would have been at second base. But it's an RBI single for Kondo, and the Hawks are now up with a 2-0 lead. Our friend brother Nick over here, you are starting to see the game fly away from the Carp, as the Hawks now have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. And that's going to bring up Akira Nakamura. For Nakamura tonight, he officially does not have a at-bat, as he has one plate appearance and he drew a walk. Left-hander against the left-hander, as Tamamura delivers a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Already 2 errors here for the Carp in this inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the second baseman. A nice play on the backhand by Kikuchi. He throws to the shortstop covering. It's going to be a fielder's choice to retire Kondo 4-6. That's going to be it for the third out of the inning. And that'll do it here for the Hawks. Well, they scored a couple of runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There were 2 errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. The score, as we are now through 3 complete, it is the Hawks 2 and the Carp no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight. We'll be right back. We got a 2-0 scoreline as the Hawks are in the lead. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. The action's already underway as Otsu delivers a first pitch breaking ball to Noma for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Noma tonight 0 for 1 as he popped to the catcher his first time up. He takes a slow breaking ball over for a called strike. Now the count goes to 0-2. Otsu really showing his ability to mix his speeds here, as he's been able to keep Noma off balance on the first 2 pitches. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2 to Noma. 49 pitches through the first 3 innings for the right-hander Otsu, who is in his second season with the ball club. Our friend Zay says the Pacific League is greater than the Central League. I have to agree at this point. Fastball misses outside. It is now 1-2 to Noma. I don't know if that's or what that reason would be. I think maybe there may be some more money right now in the Pacific League. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Some of the contracts that have been doled out. Some of the players that are in the Pacific League, a little bit maybe more exciting. Certainly the Hawks are not shy about spending money. There's a fastball swung on, it's grounded toward the third base dugout as the Carp players are diving out of the way. 1-2 strikes. So 1-2 strikes to Noah. As the right-hander works himself to the belt and now delivers. Breaking ball that just misses outside. Oh, that didn't miss by much. Now it's 2-2 here to Noma. Talking about some of the experiences in Japan, and certainly one of the greater experiences besides going to the games. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Even leading up to the games, the activities before the games, if you get a chance, go early for the pregame. Watch the infield, outfield. You'll get to stadiums where there'll be, when I was in Yokohama, they had 15,000 people in the stands, and they would be cheering the infield, outfield, the cutoffs, the relays. Fastball misses down. Now 3-2 to Noma. They were into it as much as they were the game. Watched Yokohama do their infield, outfield, and they'd smash a ball into the corner and come up in a one-cut relay. They'd throw it to third. There's a ground ball hit over to third. Kurihara fields it. He throws to first. It's going to retire Noma on a ground out 5-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. One up and one away. It'll bring up the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi. Quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard to get everybody caught up on what's happening elsewhere. It is 3-1 for the Bay Stars over the Fighters. That's in the top of the fourth inning. Buffaloes have a 1-0 lead over the Dragons. That's in the bottom of the fourth at the Osaka Dome. Other games, Lions, Giants, Marines, Tigers locked at zeros. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Kikuchi. Kikuchi struck out looking his first time up. Batting from the right side against Atsu, who kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled off into the feet of the second baseman of the Carp. All-star games in the NPB, I say all-star games. There's two of them in July 23rd at Escon Field in Hokkaido. As there's a split-finger pitch waved at and missed, and Kikuchi in the books for the second time tonight via the strikeout. 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Kaito Kazono. Wednesday, the 24th, at the Jinju Stadium in Tokyo will be the second All-Star game. So they play 2 All-Star games, one in the Pacific League and one in the Central League home parks on back-to-back nights. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, tapped right back to the pitcher, Atsu. Throws to first, and Kazono in the books on a ground out 1-3, and that is a pretty quick inning here in inning number 4 as the Carp go in order. That is 8 in a row retired by Atsu. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the Hawks 2, the Carp no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game when you get a chance. We'll be right back after this.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But Freddie's coming back. I gotta go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the fourth inning, and the 7, 8, and 9 hitters are coming to bat for the Hawks. That means it's going to be Hirose Umino and Yanagamachi. Face the left-hander Tamamura on for inning number 4. So Hirose is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up, 0 for 11 on the season. He's looking at himself a batting average. I don't know what's going on here with the pitcher Tamamura. It's twice he has stepped off the rubber here. This is the first pitch to the first batter of the inning. He can't get his signals straight with his catcher. And the first pitch is a breaking ball at 95 kilometers an hour. It misses way upstairs. And if you don't know what 95 kilometers is, that's about 57 miles an hour. Fastball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. The count goes to 1-1 on Hirose. I'm not sure I'm going to waste much time delivering off-speed pitches to this hitter. I think I'd go right after him and attack him and prove till he can show me he can get his first base hit. There's a fastball swung on. It's popped over to short. Camping out underneath it is Yano. He's there to make the catch, and that is going to retire Hirose for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It'll bring up the catcher, Takashi Umino. Our friend Brother Nick says this could be the Carp's worst game. Why me? Why now? Well, the Carp would be in tough against the Hawks at the best of time, but it's the weakest Hawks lineup I think I've witnessed this year. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Umino. Certainly not a lot of the everydayers in the lineup here tonight. As the left-hander Tamamura delivers. Fastball swung on, another ball popped up on the infield. It's over on the third base side this time. Camping out underneath it is the third baseman Kazono, and he makes the catch. And 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the fourth, and that'll leave it up to the right fielder Tetsuya Yanagamachi. Our friend God is Great in the house tonight. That'll be our friend Titus. We welcome you. Appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. Listening to us from the land of the rising sun himself. As the left-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down and away. There's 1 ball and no strikes. And Gamachi struck out back in the second inning. As the lefty kicks and delivers a fastball that just misses inside, the count now goes to 2-0. We'll be back on the air again tomorrow, and we'll see what happens here. Our friend Elle in the house tonight. Nothing like the 1-letter name. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-1. Elle says, who else is here for their parlay? Well, our friend Mick was here earlier on, who told us what his was. Fastball that is lifted down the left field line. It's going to be sliced into the seats, and the count now goes to 2-2. We like everybody. If you're here for baseball, that's great. If you're here because you like to put a few nickels down on the game, that's good too. If you're here just because you want to talk a little bit about baseball, it's also great as well. We're glad you guys could be here with us. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yanagamachi. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 3-2. Mick says he's still here. Brother Nick says it's still possible. It's definitely still possible to be able to get yourself a victory. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Racing over to his left and stopping it was the left fielder Sekeni. He gets it back in. Yanagamachi's got himself a 2-out single, and that brings up the top of the order in Naoki Sato. One thing I will say that the Carp miss is they miss a couple of things. They miss Seiya Suzuki, who went over to the Chicago Cubs a couple of years ago. They also miss Nishikawa, who has signed in the offseason a free agent deal with the Oryx Buffaloes. You lose two prominent outfielders in the last 3 years, or in the last couple of years. That takes a chunk out of your lineup. Now, mind you, they got Shogo Akiyama back in the lineup to help them out, but still the other two are quality players by Japanese standards. There's a fastball that's missing outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Al says, how many innings are there in Japan baseball? There's 9, like in every other baseball league. Only the softball players play 7. Now, there is one thing about their rules. If the game goes extra innings, they only play 12. Unlike in North America, where they play until the game is completed. There's no ghost runners in the Japanese league. Our friend Tyler in the house tonight, we welcome you. Thank you for popping in. As that fastball is taken for a called strike, it's now 1-1 to Sato. Sato 0 for 2 tonight. He scored the first run of the ball game as he reached on an error in the 3rd inning. He also lined out to the shortstop to begin the ball game. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And there's a breaking ball swung on, and it's going to be lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. It's now 1-2 to Sato. But certainly for those people who do like to put money down on the games, a lot of people like to bet the first 5 innings because that's where the game can be different depending on the starter. Once they get into the bullpens, that's where it becomes a nail biter. But the Hawks have a pretty good bullpen. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field, down for a base hit. And going around from first to third and making it safely is Yanagamachi. And the Hawks have themselves a 2-out rally going here, as they've now got runners on the corners with 2 gone, and it's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. So Imamiya is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a pair of singles. He's also driven in a run. He drove in the first run of the game back in the 3rd inning. As he comes to bat here to face Tamamura for the 3rd time in this one. So the Hawks are flapping their wings again as Imamiya comes to the plate. Interesting to see what they have. The Carp had a conference on the mound. Certainly here you got to be keeping your heads up for the 1st and 3rd situation and how they're going to handle it if they want to try to squeeze a run across. Yanagamachi doesn't run as well as he used to. Sato, who is running at 3rd, has some decent wheels. So 2 gone here, and Imamiya at the plate. He is a wizard with the bat when it comes to bunts, but I can't see them doing anything here with a 2-out situation that would require a bunt. Here comes the first offering. Pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I'm not sure about that one. I've seen some better pitches tonight. Tyler said, did I see went 6 for 6 on our picks last night? No, actually we went 5 of 6. We dropped that game between the Marines and the Tigers. The Marines walked them off. I think it was the Marine game we lost last night. We were 5 of 6. We were terrible the night before. 1 for 5. But last night we change of the new series. We got ourselves back on track. Here's the offering. It is a fastball that misses down. There goes the runner to second base. They pump fake down to second. Holding at 3rd is the runner Yanagamachi. So Sato has got himself a stolen base. Our friend Simon says he needs the Carp. Carp need a stop here to stay in it. And that is facts. If the Carp give up a couple of runs here, this game could get ugly in a hurry. Tyler said Eagles won in a walk-off 2-3-run shot. There's a breaking ball that misses down in the count now. 2 balls and 1 strike to Imamiya. They do have an open base, but I don't think you want to face Kurihara with the open base or with the bases loaded. Tyler's looking for the Hawks to bust it open here. So here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, belted foul into the seats down the left field line. Count is 2-2. I can't believe how many Carp fans are in attendance for this one. It is a lot of red in certain places, certainly down the left field line. Carp fans, I have to say, do travel well. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Imamiya here waiting on the pitch now from Tamamura. I wonder how long Tamamura will have in this one. 76th pitch on the way. He kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty Tamamura ready to go again. As he works himself to the set, he checks the runners. Here's the 2-2. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses up. They go over to first. They say Imamiya didn't go. That's going to run the count to 3-2. Now there's some home cooking for you. Absolutely thought he might have went around on that one, but the first base umpire said no. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tamamura works himself to the set, looking to try to get himself out of this jam. 3-2 on the way. Pitch is fastball, swung on and missed. Caught by the catcher, Ishihari. He holds on, and that is going to do it as Imamiya is down on strikes. He's gone for out number 3. That will do it here for the Hawks and their inning. No runs, pair of hits, no errors, 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. Your score is the Hawks 2 and the Carp no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. It is Hawks and Carp from Fukuoka.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Sakene, Ugusa, and Hayoshi coming to bat here for the Carp. As we are ready to begin the top of the 5th, this is also an inning where, for people who like to pop in, it's a moving inning in a lot of cases. Runs could be potentially scored and change the dynamics depending on if you have a over-under that you're playing or if you've predicted somebody for the first 5. This here is going to give you a telltale chance. First pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Sakene. Sakene 1 for 1 tonight. 28-year-old doubled his first time up. As the right-hander Atsu delivers breaking ball that just misses outside. Count is 1-1. Sakene has the only hit tonight so far for the Carp. Our friend brother Nick says still have a chance. As there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. Friend Big Ray says, anyone else in here besides you and I that remember who the Fonz was? Well, funny thing, Big Ray, is he's also got a TikTok channel. Fastball misses down. The count goes to 2-2. Henry Winkler has a TikTok channel. I stumbled on that by accident, and he's just as funny there as he was anywhere else in his career. Fastball comes inside and almost hits Sekine. Backs him off the plate. The count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Who would have thought that the Fonz would be into TikTok? 3-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, lifted into center field. Coming hard is Sato. He slides. Did he get it? I'm not sure if he got it or not, but yeah, the round of applause, they're saying he did. And if he did, he sold it pretty good. I thought he might have short hopped it, but boy, oh boy, have a day. As he gets a fist pump from Yanagamachi. We'll have another look at it on the replay. I don't think the Carp are going to challenge. Yeah, he did. He got it clean. Oh boy, Sekine is going to feel hard done by that one. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That one there, what a great play by the center fielder. It looked like he got a bit of a late jump. But nevertheless, that is out number 1. And there's the first pitch that's delivered to Gusa. Misses for a ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined past the glove of the first baseman into right field. Finally, the Carp have got themselves their second hit of the ball game as Ugesa is aboard with a single. Right on cue, our friend Brother Nick is, let's go hit the damn ball, and he's asking that kind of question, and they finally deliver. That is going to bring up Kota Hayashi to the plate. So maybe, Brother Nick, you got to demand just a little bit more frequently. Brings Hayashi to the plate. He is 0 for 1 in this one. He struck out his first time up. As the right-hander holds to the set, now delivers. Breaking ball taken inside for called strike. The count is 0-1. Friend Brig Ray says Henry has had so many sitcoms that were short-lived but funny as ever. One, a divorced doctor. Another was the Adam Sandler collection. Had one of Adam Sandler's, was it cousin or nephew that was in some of our programming? There's a ball hit hard to second on the short hop. It goes off the second baseman to the shortstop, Imamiya. He picks it up. He fields it. He tags the runner going from first to second. That's going to be a force out. What a play there by Imamiya, and way to be alert. That's going to be a ground out. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to retire Ugusa on a 4-6 put out. He's out for out number 2. Hayashi aboard on a fielder's choice. Ball was taken on the short hop. A nice play by the second baseman, Hirose, to almost fall to a knee to keep it so that the ball kept in front of him. So 2 gone here, and Hayashi is the runner at first. That's going to bring up Yano to the plate. Yano had quite the marathon at bat his first time up. He takes a fastball down for ball. It was 11 pitch at bat that ended in a ground out to the shortstop. Yano hitting .246 on the season, no homers and 6 RBIs. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander works himself to the set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. It's now 2-0 to Yano. Carp looking to try to find their way back into this one here, as runs have been at a premium for both clubs. Right-hander Atsu works to the set. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. A fastball swung on, grounded to the right side. Oh, what a great play by the second baseman. Hirose diving into the 4-hole, lays out, picks it off, fires to first. And that's going to retire Yano on a ground out 4-3. That is going to be a web gem. If you're on Instagram later tonight, Be sure to check that out where you can. No runs in the inning, one hit, no errors, and one runner left the board. We're moving to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Your score is the Hawks 2 and the Carp no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. That is some heck of a defense right there for you, everybody. We'll be back in just a few.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back to everybody. The breaking ball delivered to Kurihara missed upstairs, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 strike to Kurihara as they are batting here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Hawks fastball taken at the knees for called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. Kurihara, Yamakawa, and Kondo to come to bat here in the fifth as they're facing the left-hander Tamamura here. As they're starting to cycle through the third time of the order. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is hit softly into left, coming hard and sliding as he makes the catch is the left fielder Sakane, and that is going to retire Kurihara. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the designated hitter Hotaka Yamakawa. Our friend Big Ray says, Matty H, absolutely. The San Diego legend, his singing program. Yeah, we'll get that one off in a little bit as well. We've been breaking him out tonight for some of the old-time listeners. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. Count is 0-1 to Yamakawa. So no balls and one strike. Lefty Tamamura delivers again. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it with lots of room is the second baseman Kikuchi, and he makes the catch. That puts 2 quick outs in the books. Just as a reminder, we like to call it the Japanese halftime. That takes place at the end of the fifth inning. This game here has been marching along pretty quick, as we almost have 5 in the books in 90 minutes. That's pretty good by our standards. And we will take an extended break at our end ourselves to refresh our iced tea, finish off our guava, and get ready to call the back end of this ball game for you guys. So here comes the first pitch to Kondo. It's a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Kondo 1 for 2 tonight. Single and 2 trips, also has knocked in a run. Left-hander against the left-hander as Tamamura again gets his sign from his battery mate Ishihara. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. It is going to be lifted down the left field line. It's going to slice into the seating, and the count now goes even to 1-1. Our friend earlier who was listening in was Lance Jenkinson. He was talking about going to the different ballparks, as the 1-1 pitch is a fastball missing outside. When I was in Hiroshima, I got to see the Carp Sat down the right field line in the upper deck, and it was a great view of the Shinkansen and the mountains. I'm really glad to have that opportunity. There's a fastball that swung on its grounded foul over on the first base side. The count now is 2-2 to Kondo. Anytime you get an opportunity to, if you get an opportunity to get to Japan, make sure you get there. It is quite the, I guess I would say, quite an interesting country, just the way that everything operates with that many people in a small space. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Kondo. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I find it to be very, very fascinating. People are cordial, respectful, polite. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball swung on, lined into straightaway center field. Holding his ground is Akiyama. Comes in, makes the catch, and that is going to do it. As Kondo is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to take our halftime break here, so we're going to put the music on loop. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you guys for jumping in. 2-0 for the Hawks. We're moving to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the updates from around the NPB. In the top of the 6th inning, the Bay Stars have a 3-2 lead over the Fighters. The Giants have a 1-0 lead over the Lions. That's also in the top of the 6th inning. In the bottom of the 5th, the Marines are holding on to a 1-0 lead against the Tigers. Buffaloes are up 1-0 on the Dragons. That's in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Buffaloes are over the Dragons 1-0. But of course, here in the bottom of the 5th inning, we're now moving to the top of the 6th. A 2-0 game as the Hawks have a lead over the Carp. Looking at our picks for tonight, or today's actions so far, it looks like of the 5 games that are underway, I think we're 3-2 with our picks today. So by no means that is fantastic, but we'll take it as it is north than 500. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Tomoki Ishihara. Ishihara batting here. It's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the order as he swings at a fastball and fouls that one away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Ishihara, Akiyama, and Nomo here to face Atsu in the 6th inning. Atsu was at 76 pitches through the first 5 as the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away down the right field line, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big Ray says, is it just me or did every one of those team crowds sound exactly the same? I think they all have the same horns and the same drums. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. Mick says, yeah, Oryx just needs that 2-run, that second run, 2-run cushion. That is a team that is disappointing this year. Can't believe how disappointing the Buffaloes are. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes as it remains to Ishihara. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Hawks. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Carp. This game here is maybe a little too close for Hawks' liking. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. Have to figure for as well as the Hawks, I guess, have played to this point, or maybe as poorly as the Carp have performed, it's still only a 2-0 ball game. The Carp are hanging around. Here's the 2-2. Slow breaking ball swung on its tap foul past the third base coach's box. Count remains at 2-2 to Ishihara. That sometimes can drive you crackers where a team doesn't look like they're doing anything, but yet they're a walk and a knock away from tying the ball game. 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander kicks and fires. There is a fastball swung on and missed. Ishihara in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. And that is, by our count here tonight, strikeout number 6 by Atsu. So Ishihara gone for out number 1, and it's Shogo Akiyama stepping to the plate. Akiyama 0 for 2 in this one. He is twice grounded to second. As the first pitch on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And the top of the 6th inning here, Hawks have a 2-0 lead over the Carp. We get into the battle of the bullpens. My needle still points towards the Hawks in this one. As the pitch is a fastball swung on. This is grounded foul past the bag at first base. And now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Akiyama digging in. Looks like he's a little bit off of the plate. I remember him, I thought, a little bit closer to the plate. There's a fastball swung on it, is chopped right back to the pitcher, Atsu, who fields it. He takes his time, and that is going to retire Akiyama. It's a ground out 1-3. He's gone for the second out of the inning, and that'll leave it up to the right fielder, Takeyoshi Noma. And certainly for the Carp here tonight, they are starting to run out of outs. As Noma comes to the plate, he is 0 for 2 in this one. Our friend the monkey comes in and says hello. We welcome you. Fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Noma. Noma has popped to the catcher and grounded to third in his 2 trips. Batting from the left side against Atsu, who delivers a fastball that just misses inside, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As a reminder, we'll be back on again the airwaves tomorrow, and then we'll have to decide what we're going to do during the week as that breaking ball drops in for a call. Strike of the count now goes to 1-2 on Noma. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. We're going to make that decision probably after this one. We may be back on the airwaves for these same 2 teams just because of weather, or at least our weather concerns. That fastball's swung on and pop foul into the temporary seating down the third base line. I get a good kick of that because fans that are sitting there are all wearing Hawk helmets, including the Carp fans who have infiltrated that area of the field, or the seating on the field. 1-2 it remains here to Noma. Wonder if we'll see Atsu again for another inning. They got these black helmets on as they sit there on the temporary side. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Atsu leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and there's a breaking ball that just misses outside. It's now 3-2 to Noma. Three balls and 2 strikes it is. We're just trying to see. That actually was a changeup. It was a pitchfork change. It looked like a bit of a breaking ball when we first saw it with the depth that it had. It just hung up in the zone. Fastball swung on. This is going to be slapped through the 6-hole into left field. It's going to be a base hit there by Noma. He's got himself a 2-out single. That's only the 3rd hit of the game by the Carp, and that brings the Carp faithful to life. Gives them something to cheer about, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi. Our friend Big Ray says his in-game prediction is the Carp get their act together and start playing and overtake the Hawks. But he says that could be the beer and cheese talking. Well, our friend Brother Nick would probably agree with you. But then again, Brother Nick might have some beer and cheese talking already. Here comes the first pitch to Kikuchi. Fastball misses down. The count is 1-0. Trevor Parker says definitely not happening. Trevor on cue here. Have to agree. I think the Carp bats, I think they must get them out of the freezer before they come to bat. Offensively, they look impotent here tonight. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on, and this almost takes the head off of the third baseman, Kurihara, and it's over in the left field. Kondo picks it up. Rounding second and stopping at third is going to be Noma. Oh boy, we'll have to get a look at that one again. For those of you who have ever played on turf or ever played where they have these cutouts, if the ball hits the dirt, it can really react differently. And we're going to have to take a look there. I don't know if it hit the turf or if it hit the dirt. Usually if it hits the dirt, it stays down. Kikuchi's got himself a double, so now they've got something brewing here with 2 gone in the 6th. It's going to bring Kaito Kazono to the plate. Probably going to discuss how they're going to talk about this one, but they're a single away from tying the ball game. I said that earlier. I said the Hawks have been pretty much in control the whole night. And really, the Carp are a walk and a knock away from tying it up. And so Trevor Parker, as he makes his prediction of not happening, now there's some trouble going on here. And our friend Brother Nick can't believe it either. So it brings Kazono to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown to left, and he has grounded back to the pitcher. And the Carp fans who were excited when Noma got the base hit are even more excited now with Kikuchi's double. So Kazono stepping in. He is a major run producer for the Carp, as he's got 23 this year, as he takes a fastball down, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Big Ray says he's channeling his best Steve Rademacher tonight as Wisconsin beer and cheese from our trip up there over the Mother's Day weekend. Yeah, lots of cheese and certainly lots of beer out of the great state of Wisconsin. There's a split finger pitch swung on it is cued foul over on the third base side. Count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As I said, the Carp are a team that really travels well. Have a lot of fans that make their tour. When I was in Yokohama last year, even in Osaka, they really put bums in the seats. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on, chopped over to third, fielded by Kurihara on the run. He throws to first, and that is going to kill the Carp threat. It's a ground out 5-3, and that will do it here in the top of the 6th inning. They threaten, but they don't score. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left. We're now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Hawks 2 and the Carp nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th. Our friend, brother Nick, they're just toying with you, big guy. We'll be back here in just a few. Hang tight. Appreciate you for being. We got a 2-0 ball game as we are moving to the bottom half of inning number 6. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back to everybody. Akira Nakamura strides in for the first pitch from Tamamura, and he took a fastball for a called strike, and then he took a breaking ball up for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Nakamura, Hirose, and Umino here to come to bat against the left-hander in inning number 6. As he swings the fastball and lifts that one into the seats down the left field line, and the count now goes to 1-2. It is the bottom of the 6th inning, and it is a 2-0 Hawk lead. All of their runs came in the 3rd inning. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is chopped over to second. Fielding it on the run is Kikuchi. He underhand flips to first. That is going to retire Nakamura. It goes as a ground out 4-3 for out number 1. So 1 gone. It'll bring up the second baseman, Ryuta Hirose. So Hirose 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out looking and has popped to short. So 0 for 2 here, 0 for 12 on the season. He's made a couple of scintillating plays defensively at second base. He takes a first pitch breaking ball outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty Tamamura delivers again. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count now is 1 ball and 1 strike to Hirose. Our friend brother Nick said it was a slap in the face last inning, and Big Ray said it was oh so close, as there was a fastball taken for a called strike. That's now 1-2 to Hirose. The problem is that they have had some chances, but squandered opportunities. There's a fastball swung on it, is chopped Slowly down the first baseline, the pitcher comes off the mound to field it. Tamamura spins and fires to first. Ground out 1-3 as that puts Hirose in the books for the second out of the inning. Bring up the catcher, Takashi Umino. Well, for Umino tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and popped to third in his 2 trips to the dish. So 2 gone here for the Hawks in their half of the inning. The lefty kicks and delivers a slow breaking ball that I guess misses right down the middle. Ball and no strikes to Umino. You got to protect the catchers, but that's taking it to a whole other level. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. The catcher's union is in full effect here, as both of those pitches look pretty darn good. Here's the 2-0. Fastball swung on. It is popped up foul over on the third base side. Giving chase is the third baseman Kazono, but he's going to watch it drift into the seats. 2 balls and 1 strike it is to Umino. Our friend, Brother Nick says, I won't get my hopes up even if it's a tie game. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some more scoring around the NPB as there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Moving over is Akiyama. He's there and he makes the catch. We'll give you the scoring updates when we return here in just a few. We appreciate guys for hanging in, as that is going to do it here for out number 3 in the 6th inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Your score as we move to the top of the 7th, it's the Hawks 2 and the Carp no score. Interesting that the Carp are going to do their song and they're going to do their release of their balloons in this half inning here. Not the Hawks. They're being the part of a pretty good guest here tonight. We'll be right back in just a few after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Sakene, Ugusa, and Hayashi coming to bat for the Carp in their half of the 7th inning. By all the account and the looks of it, it could be that Tamamura's night is done, as he is getting pats on the back from the coaching staff. So I would anticipate that we will have a pitching change there. We're just waiting to see if Atsu is out for inning number 7 or if it will be a call to the Hawks bullpen. We're just waiting here for that. 103 pitches for the Carp left-hander, as he had a pretty good night here. As we are back to the live action, it's Atsu here. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. We have somebody on Twitch jumping in and spamming us. We also call the games on Twitch, as there is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-2 to Sakene. I always like to jump in trying to sell you something. So have zero interest. Here comes the pitch. Fastball that misses outside. It's now 1-2 to Skene. Waiting here on the offering again from the right-hander Atsu. As he kicks and delivers. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball swung on and chopped foul. Over on the third base side. 99 pitches through 6 innings for the right-hander. Our bread and butter is calling the games on YouTube, but as we said, we dual stream on Twitch as well. But we get the annoying spam off of Twitch. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into center field. It's going to be a base hit. As Sekene has got himself his second hit of the ball game. As he is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 7th. So maybe Big Ray's onto something. Maybe it will be the Carp swimming their way back into this one. Our friend Tyler says, I'll give you a follow on Twitch. Well, we appreciate you for doing that. He jumped over. We don't put a lot of time or investment into it. As we said, we're more concerned about the YouTube channel. Keep knocking off the subscribers over there. But we appreciate you as well. Here comes the offering from the... It's more fun on YouTube anyway. Most people can see what you're saying in the chat, as there's a fastball delivered to Ugusa that's taken for a called strike at the knees. Ugusa tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also struck out. Pulled his season average up to 269. Right-hander leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher as he works Sut to the belt. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Game has had a pretty good clip to it tonight, as we are in the top of the 7th. Just almost entering the 2-hour mark. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-1 to Gusa. The Hawks are on the phone to the bullpen. I would figure that Sue's time is numbered here. But if you can get through this inning, pass it over to the bullpen for the 8th and the 9th, and they could bring it home. Certainly Roberto Osuna for the 9th. Maybe, I don't know if Koya Fuji would be the 8th inning option. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 2-2. Usually the 8th inning option for the Hawks has been Matsumoto. Not sure where he would sit in this one here tonight. That would be a Yuki Matsumoto. And the Hawks, if the Hawks win this one here tonight, I put all my chips into the middle of the table for them to get another tomorrow. Fastball swung on, grounded back to the pitcher. They go over to second for 1. Back to first. It's not going to be in time. Oh, that was an athletic play by Atsu. He threw that off a 1 foot. He looked like a shortstop coming off the mound to make the play. Threw across the grain to retire Kazono. So that's going to go into the books as a fielder's choice. It's going to go 1-6 for the first out of the inning. Gusa is going to be safe at first base. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Kota Hayashi. Yeah, threw off a 1 foot across his body, making it look easy. Wow. If you're a Carp fan, you're going to be choked on that one. So Hayashi striding to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's bounced into a fielder's choice and struck out. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle. Fielded by Imiyama, who steps on the bag. He throws to first. It's going to be an inning-ending double play. It's going to be of the 6-3 variety. And that'll do it here for the Carp in the 7th inning. No runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, no errors, and nobody stranded aboard. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. The Carp are going to be making a pitching change. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back here in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Hang tight, everybody. Our friend Tyler is listening in here. And we like Tyler listening in as well. We'll come back and chat with him in just a few. Our friend Tyler says he's been subbed to us for about 3 years, and that it is true. We're happy to have you listening in whenever you can get here, Tyler. Appreciate you for your support. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in with us tonight. Let's go have a look at Steve Rademacher's refrigerator.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Always appreciate you there, Steve, and everybody who does come in to listen. We are going to get ourselves a Carp pitching change, and we're waiting for the confirmation of that. And we'd appreciate Trevor Parker and Tyler jumping in to listen in with us tonight. Great to have you guys a part of this as well. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat for the Hawks as they are switched to another left-hander, have the Carp. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It is a lefty. It's going to be Daisuke Moriura on the hill here. He's making his 17th appearance. He's got a kind of a funky delivery. And there is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. The best way I could describe it is that when he takes the ball out of his glove, it's like he stabs, and it comes to a complete stop as he's a bit of a stabber. And then he's really over the top. Here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed. That's a weird look. The Yanagamachi is gone on 3 pitches. He's gone for out number 1. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Naoki Sato. So Moriura comes in and retires the first batter he faces. So Sato is stepping to the plate, batting from the right side. Zay says Steve has got all the essentials. As the breaking ball is taken for a called strike, the count is 0-1 to Sato. Tyler says he's got an hour and a half to kill at work. I have a feeling this game, well, you never know, but I have a feeling this game's not going to last the hour and a half. Here's the 0-1. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. Boy, this is the first time I've seen Moriura, and it looks like he's playing Little League Baseball with the hitters here. He's absolutely dominant right now, making the hitters look amateurish. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball, waved out and missed, and it's back-to-back strikeouts. 6 pitches, 2 outs. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Tyler says, is this the guy that used to pitch for the Red Sox? Not the guy that I'm aware of. The guy who pitched for the Red Sox is Sawamura, who pitches for the Chiba Ball Club. And he's a right-hander. So here comes the pitch it is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and hit lifted foul down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. This is, you're thinking of Daisuke Matsuzaka. Ironically, Matsuzaka had pitched in the NPB up until about 3 or 4 years ago. He was still on rosters. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. Well, we got something that's on the line right here on this pitch. Are we going to see ourselves an immaculate inning? We've got ourselves, the first 2 batters went down on strikes. And it's 0-2 here to Imamiya. So chalk it up, but this is a chance right here. Let's see what lefty Moriyami does. Fastball, take it for a called third strike, and we just witnessed ourselves an immaculate inning as he sits down the Hawks in order, 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Each batter went down on 3 strikes. That's pretty cool. I don't know the last time I've seen one live, but we just witnessed it there. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the Hawks 2, the Carp no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys. You got it. Immaculate inning we just witnessed right then and there. Hang tight, guys. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a Hawks pitching change as they're going to the bullpen. We're going to see ourselves a left-hander, and it is going to be a former Red Sox, Darwinzon Hernandez. He has been pretty solid, the 27-year-old lefty this year out of the bullpen. Making his 12th appearance, he is yet to allow an earned run this year. So Hernandez is taking over. He's going to be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Carp batting order. There are some changes for the Hawks defensively. I'll have to get them for you as they come to bat. I'm not sure exactly where they will fit in. So Darwinzon Hernandez on in relief. I have to say, he's probably going to get a look-see from Major League Baseball next year as the first pitch fastball at 95 catches the outside corner and it counts 0-1. You're throwing 95 miles an hour, sort of a low 3/4 arm, almost sidearm, as usually fastball ticket for another strike. The count is 0-2. Major League Baseball is going to come knocking on your door with a contract. He is on the left side doing that, throwing that 95 plus. Here comes the 0-2. And there's a fastball that he just blows right away. Here's a trivia question that I don't have an answer for, but the pitcher, Moriura, who had that immaculate inning in the top of the 8th, already Hernandez has struck out the first batter on 3 pitches here in the bottom of the 8th. Has that ever happened in the history of the game, let alone Major League Baseball or in the NPB? Fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. But we're 2/3 of the way there here between these 2 pitchers. No balls and 1 strike to Ishihara. Here's the pitch. Well, that's over with as it's a fastball that misses down. Count now goes to 1-1. He's claiming that he was hit. Home plate umpire says he was. We'll see if the Hawks want to take a look at it. We're going to get a look at the replay here. You hop, skip out of the way. If you're going to get hit, that's the way you want to get hit. You got hit in the toe flap or the toe protector, and that is a hit by pitch. Ishihara is going to make his way to first. That's going to bring up the center fielder in Shogo Akiyama. Well, Akiyama striding the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded to second twice and grounded back to the pitcher. So once again, here we are with one gone in the eighth. The Carper starting to run out of outs. Swings through a first pitch fastball and misses, and the count is 0-1. Akiyama batting from the left side here against the lefty Hernandez. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses low, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Hawks and the Carp here. Second game of the 3-game set between these two clubs. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. As we said, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow night. Just not sure which game we're going to do. We may come back to this one. I would like to see more like the Marines and the Tigers, but there is a suspect chance of weather in that one there. So we may not stick with that one at all. Here's the 2-1 to Akiyama. It's a fastball on the outside corner, taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-2. So we'll have to play it by ear. We're going to go and look at the Doppler radar once this game is completed and try to give an assessment of what we might do. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and Akiyama's in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here, and it'll leave it all up to the right fielder, Takeyoshi Noma. We take a peek at that out-of-town scoreboard. Bay Stars still lead 3-2 over the Fighters. That's in the bottom of the 7th. The Giants have a 2-1 lead over the Lions, also the bottom of the 7th. The Marines are now tied up with the Tigers. That's in the top of the 7th inning. Game's at 1-1. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Noma. Noma 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in 3 trips. Also grounded out and popped to the catcher. Hernandez kicks and delivers. Breaking ball that misses outside. That pitch looked good. Not good enough to the home plate umpire. Count is even at 1-1. Brother Nick says, who do you like in the next game at 2 a.m.? It's a good question, Brother Nick. We have the picks on our channel as that breaking ball misses down. It's now 2-1 here to Noma. Every day we post up our picks before the game. That is for certain. So our game that we have picked between the Swallows and the Eagles tonight, as we are going with the Swallows. There's a breaking ball that misses. It's now 3-1 to Noma. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Like Miguel Yajuri in this one, or in that one there, I should say, as Yajuri was off to a hot start. Fastball misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. And now the Carp with 2 out have something brewing yet again. That's going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring up the second baseman, Ryusuke Kikuchi. You can check out our page, Brother Nick. We've only missed one night so far this year where we couldn't get the picks up. The rest of the way, or the rest of the time, we've had picks up every day. Our friend Zay said the Fighters tied it up at 3. We do have the Fighters in that one tonight. Curious to see how these games all play out. Right now, if it were to end, we would be 2 wins, a loss, and 2 ties, but that's why we play 9 innings. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses down. Count is 1-0 to Kikuchi. Kikuchi tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out a pair of times, once looking and once swinging. Lefty leans in. Hernandez gets his sign from the catcher, and now he works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Carp fans are cheering their ball club on. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch on the way. It is a breaking ball, waved at and missed. Count now goes to 1-2 on Kikuchi. I'll tell you, got to like Hernandez's stuff, but maybe the flip side of it is you got to be concerned about his command and control of his pitches. He's hit a batter here and walked one. I wonder what the knock on him with the Red Sox was, because certainly when he can provide, looks like he has some ability here to be pretty darn good. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that's going to do it. Kikuchi is in the books. He has struck out the side despite hitting a batter and walking a batter, and that is going to do it here in the 8th inning for the Carp. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the 8th inning, your score is the Hawks 2, the Carp no score. Hang tight, everybody. Bottom of the 8th, around the corner. Right after this, appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight. Scoreline tonight is 2-0 for the Hawks. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Carp are running out of outs. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Here's our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. Welcome back, everybody. The bullpen is going to be exercised again. It is going to be Taylor Hearn coming into the ball game. The American lefty coming in for the Carp. It's been a steady diet of lefties tonight used by the Carp. Of course, Taylor Hearn is a former Texas Ranger. That's where we remember him. He's going to be facing Kurihara, Yamakawa, and Kondo. And the first pitch swung on is popped up behind home plate. It's just going to drift into the seats, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Kurihara. Taylor Hearn, with his big league debut with the Rangers in 2019. He was there for 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, 5 seasons with them. And he went to the Braves and the Royals in the 2023 campaign. As that fastball is swung on and lifted down to the left field line, it's going to reach the seats, and the count now is 0 balls and 2 strikes to Kurihara. Had some moments in the MLB. He was a 12-15 career record. but unfortunately had a 5.35 ERA. Breaking ball misses down. Count goes to 1-2 on Kurihara. Originally from Texas, his grandfather, Cleo, was a rodeo cowboy. He's got 3 uncles that are as well, as was his father. Fastball swung on and fouled off of Kurihara's foot. That's why he wears the shin guard, but like it was only enough to somewhat help stunt the blow. Looked like it got him on the inside of the ankle. Count remains a 1-2. He's going to walk it off here with the trainer. Harn participated in rodeos from the age of 4 through the age of 17. So you got to be pretty strong and pretty tough if you're into that sort of stuff. And it's certainly a big fella out there on the mound. Here comes the 1-2 pitch now to Kurihara as he digs back in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on. Lifted into center field. Coming hard and sliding and making the catch is Akiyama. It's going to retire Kurihara for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and it brings up Hotaka Yamakawa. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, it is a 2-0 Hawk lead. I would think that Roberto Osuna has got to be around the corner here. You try to close this one out for Fukuoka. Scoring's been at a premium around the NPB tonight, with the exception of that game in Hokkaido that is locked at 3. There's a breaking ball that misses inside to Yamakawa for ball 1. Yamakawa tonight is 0 for 3. He has flown to left. He has struck out and popped to second. But he's hit some mammoth foul balls. Fastball swung on and fouled away right behind home plate. The count goes to 1-1. Yamakawa, another one of those players who spent a lot of time with the Saitama Cebu Lions. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. It's now 2-1. We talk about our cancel culture that we seem to have here in the world today, and that is certainly what happened to Yamakawa in Saitama, as he was canceled right out. Canceled out because of the issue that he had off the field. Suspended by the club. Fastball misses inside. It's now 3-1. There was a sexual assault charge that was pending to him, and he played very few games last year. And then what ended up happening is he was unceremoniously dealt to the Hawks in an off-season trade, but he has not skipped a beat. Fastball swung on, popped up in the infield. Coming over is the first baseman in foul territory, but the ball takes him back into fair territory, and it's hauled in by Hayashi. Yamakawa going to be gone for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Kensuke Kondo. But Yamakawa certainly was an integral part of the Hawk offense. When I was at Saitama last year, not a sign of him at all. All the posters taken down, put up with other players, pictures. You had never known that he was the home run champ in 2022. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 1 ball and no strikes to Kondo. Kondo tonight has one of the Hawks' 6 hits. He's got a single sandwiched between 2 fly balls to center field. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-0 to Kondo. So 2 balls and no strikes. But that happens sometimes. You have a player of Yamakawa's stature and people start clamoring for money or for whatever it is. His fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1. Don't really know the outcome of it. All I know is that the outcome is that he is no longer in Saitama, and he's in the heart of the order for the Hawks. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the lefty Hearn delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Kondo. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hearn ready to go again. He holds to the belt, and here comes the pitch to Kondo. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the left side. Moving back underneath it is the stop, Yano. He's there to make the catch, and Kondo is gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Hawks 2 and the Carp no score. Stick around, everybody. The top of the 9th is just around the corner. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It just gets tougher as the Hawks are going to their bullpen. It is going to be Roberto Osuna coming in to try to seal the deal here, as he is going to be facing the heart of the batting order for the Carp. It'll be Kazono, Sakene, and Ugusa slated to come to bat. The hard-throwing right-hander, the 29-year-old, in his second year with the Hawks, his third year in the NPB. He inked himself a 4-year deal in the offseason, pushing the $30 million mark as he will take over here on the mound for the Hawks at the top of the 9th inning. Do have a defensive change for the Hawks, as they have a new left fielder, but as we mentioned before, some of the changes for us, we have to get that as the hitters do come to bat, because some of that information is a little tough for us to gather until we actually see their numbers. So here comes the first pitch. It is going to be bunted foul just behind home plate, and the count is quickly 0-1. So Kazono trying to do anything to get on. So no balls and 1 strike for him. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out twice and flown out to left field. As he is batting here in the inning. So it looks like Kondo's night in left field is over, which is probably realistic. Ground ball swung on, chopped over to first, fielded by Akira Nakamura, and he's going to step on the bag. He calls off Osuna. It's going to be a ground out to 3, so 1 up and 1 away here for the Carp. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Shota Sakene. And for Sakene, as he strides to the plate, he is 2 for 3 tonight. He's accounted for 2 of the 5 Carp hits. He's got a single and a double. But he hasn't had to face Roberto Osuna yet. First pitch fastball pours in at 96 miles an hour. He swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. So the lefty Hernandez and the righty Osuna bring in the gas at the back end of this one here. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, as the righty delivers a fastball that just misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. This game is over. We'll give you the full roundup around the NPB before we sign off, as well as giving you guys all the scoring updates in this one. And that'll take only a couple of minutes. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. Certainly not going to have to give you a big roundup in this pitcher's duel tonight. You would have asked me before this game started if this would have been a pitcher's duel with the two arms on the mound. I probably would have said no. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-2. Certainly the under in full play here tonight, as it would be around most of the NPB. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sekine. Osuna getting his sign from Umeno, and not a bad night for the Hawks, as they have rested most of their regulars. Fastball swung on and fouled away behind home plate. That last pitch came in at 97 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sekine. We said, as a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. We'll post up our schedule sometime after this game here, leaning towards the Marines, although I don't like the weather. Marines and Tigers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Sekine. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander shakes off a couple of signs from his catcher and he works himself set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sand in the hourglass is starting to fade away here as the right-hander Osuna ready to deliver again. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, another one fouled away. Count remains at 2-2 to Sekine. It's turning into a battle. It's going to be pitch number 9 about to come up here in just a moment. So here comes the pitch from Osuna as the righty delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded foul, just past the bag at third base. The ball boy dove to his left and he couldn't come up with it. It's kind of funny because when you think of the Tampa Bay ball boys, they've been making plays all over the place this year in Major League Baseball, but not so much for that young ball boy in Fukuoka. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Osuna works himself to the belt and delivers. Fastball again swung on and again lifted foul, this time on the first base side into the seats. And the battle is going to continue. So 10 pitches already here to the right-handed hitting Sekine. Mick says he thinks his parlay is dead. Oryx just messed him up with a leadoff double in the bottom of the 8th. Their second run. Unfortunately, Mick, sorry to hear that. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Sekine stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 2. And now the Carp are down to their final out. It's going to be Koki Agusa to the plate. They got to try to find a way to get a runner on. Facing Osuna here is going to be a die near impossible. So that brings Agusa to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in 3 trips. So bounced into a fielder's choice and struck out. And the first pitch fastball is swung on and fouled away right at home plate, and the count is 0-1. Carp on the verge of being shut out here in this one. As we said, runs are at a very much a premium. Here's the pitch. Oh, change up there by Osuna. Swung right through. He lost his helmet, did Agusa. He can run the count to 0-2. He was so far out in front, it looked like he was going to screw him into the ground. It looked like a Bugs Bunny changeup. So no balls and 2 strikes. And now the Carp are down to their final strike. I wonder if Osuna's going to come back with some high heat. Here's the pitch. Fastball, it was heat, but it was low. That one came in at 97 on the gun. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Agusa. A quality start by both of the starters tonight. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. 2-2 now to Agusa. The Carp are going to feel a little hard done by here, as their starter did not get much support. Interesting, as the Carp are the top of the heap right now in the Central League, as there's a fastball that swung on. It's grounded softly to first. Fielding it is Nakamura. He's going to step on the bag, and that is going to do it. So a battle of 2 first-place clubs, as this is going to end this one here. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. The Hawks, winners here tonight, are now ready and primed to be able to possibly sweep the series here in this one. Carp have scored 1 run in 18 innings. Hawks have been able to score 4 runs in 16 innings. Something has to give tomorrow, but the Hawks will be looking for a sweep. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys hanging in. It is the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll wrap it up, give you the out-of-town scores before we call it a night.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a final score of 2-0 for the Hawks. All of their runs came in the 3rd inning here tonight. It was a reaching on a error by the shortstop Yano. Was the leadoff hitter Sato for the Hawks. And then he was brought home on a single by Kenta Ememiya, and that opened up the scoring as it was a 1-0. After a couple of outs, after Kurihara had flown out and Yamakawa had struck out, Kensuke Kondo singled and brought home the 2nd run in Kenta Ememiya to give the Hawks a 2-0 lead in the 3rd inning, and that is all we saw here tonight. Hawks had a 2-0 lead, and that is your final score. Win goes to Atsu, save goes to Osuna. The loss tonight is going to go to Tamamura. That is where we are at here. We'll give you the out-of-town scoreboard as we take a quick peek before we sign off tonight in this one. Top of the 9th inning, Escon Field. It is a 4-3 lead for the Bay Stars over the Fighters. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Giants have a 3-2 lead over the Lions. It is 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th between the Fighters and the Tigers. And in the top of the 9th inning, the Dragons have evened the scoreline against the Buffaloes. It is 1-1 there. And, of course, your final score here, 2-0. Eagles and Swallows go off at 6 o'clock local time. The game in Tohoku And again, that is your finals tonight. Once again, everybody, appreciate you guys for listening in. Check our schedule here. We'll try to get up here in the next little bit. If not, it'll go up in the morning. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night for more NPB action. Hope you have a great night, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.